The Thin Line Between Photography and Dating, Episode 7, Take 2. All right, introduce yourself, young lady. You're a little tired today, huh? We had a long day today, but I think we got this today. Usually we can't do anything after 12 o'clock because we get miserable when we fight each other, right?
We get a little cranky.
Yeah.
We try to accomplish so much.
But we're together 24/7, so we can get angry a little bit sometimes, right?
It's okay.
All right, everybody, this is my trusty sidekick, Vilma
Bellini.
Bellini. And who am I?
Chuck Coleman.
Hey. All right. I've been in this industry for approximately 40 years, and there's a lot of psychological vantage points to look at in this industry. And what we found out, and a very, I would say close friend, but close acquaintance, brought it up to my attention that he equates the trade for world, for those who don't know that, the TFP world, trade for print. These are artists and women get together to create ideas and things like that.
Exchange services.
Exchange services, right. So you could have the makeup artist, the designer, the model, the photographer, all getting
collaborating for all trading their experience and services for free.
Right. And that's okay.
When I say for free, in exchange for each other's services. So
no
they
one's
wash
charging
off the cost.
Yeah. So no one's really, making money.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, why do they do this?
Because they say that this is how you get exposure. They're still following the 1990s rule that, you need to be out there. You need to put as much work as you can and somebody will see you.
So what about those who are brand new to the industry? Does that help them?
Does what help them?
Trade for work.
It doesn't. Trade for world doesn't help nobody anymore.
It does.
If you both have value, like when JLo collaborates with Vogue magazine, yes, of course.
For example, you don't know how to operate a red camera. And a red camera is something you want to go ahead and film with. And if you went to do a TF shoot or a TF filming of something and someone was there to show you how to use it, would you get benefit from that?
I didn't understand your question. I'm getting a little tired. Sorry.
Yeah.
You want to repeat that again? Or
the trade for,
did I already answer?
No. Where does the trade for collaboration help somebody? It's good when someone's new and
when somebody is new and they come with somebody with value. For example, when a new model comes to you, for her to trade services with you would be very beneficial because
who?
For her, for a new model.
Why not me?
Because she can give you nothing. You have 40 years of experience, you have all connections, you have everything to run your business. You're already running a business and making money. You don't need her to advance your career. There's nothing she can do for you.
So why do you think they can't see the value in what I do?
I don't think it's that they don't see the value in you. I think they see more value in themselves.
Here's where I'm going to venture off into the thin line between, relationships and photography.
And, yes, dating.
Yeah. So,
how's photography similar to dating life?
Women are in control of the dating process. They're the ones who have to say, okay, I will participate. Mm-hmm. A man can't come in and basically say, hey, we're going to, enter into this relationship. You don't have any choice. It doesn't happen like that. People go to jail for stuff like that. So what I see is that women make up all the rules and then we try to pursue them. Mm-hmm. And women have the choice whether to say yes or no. Mm-hmm. And what I think what a lot of women do is that they really don't understand who they really are, what their value really is, and how to sell that value. Mm-hmm. And I think it's the same thing in photography. Models don't understand how to sell their value and what they're worth. So those two things that they use in the private world of dating is the same thing they use towards photographers. So this is why I say it's a thin line between dating and photography, because that process and concept that most women use is that concept. For example, women don't ask men to date. They
wait for them to ask them. And the same with photography. And they get ready. It's like going on a date. The photographer reached out. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to do the shoot tomorrow. So I have to get my hair, my lashes done. I need to hire a makeup artist. I need to buy the clothes. So all these things, and they call it modeling. So you bought everything yourself, and you call yourself a model.
So the wardrobe that she puts together is for this particular photo shoot. Mm-hmm. The wardrobe that she puts together for a date is the stuff that she put together.
She picked out.
So nothing has changed in those two areas. Yeah. They both are, everything is building up in the same process. Now, how does she go on a date? She waits for somebody to invite her to this date, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So in the photography world, she's brought this concept over into the photography world as well.
Yeah.
She's basically saying, hey, I'm going to say hello to this photographer, but I'm not going to ask him. I'm going to like his image, but I'm not going to ask him, to shoot me. Because I need him. I need him to come and approach me, right? Mm-hmm. That's the same way in the dating world.
You know what I call this? A new way of cheating. How to cheat in a politically correct way.
Explain.
You still fulfill that emotion. You go out with another man. Of course there are women photographers, but for the most that women shoot with are men photographers.
So women photographers are, they're different, but the reason they're going out to this woman photographer is because she creates something that men like. Mm-hmm. Most women photographers, women feel comfortable going to them and being semi-nude, sexy, things that men like. Usually the female photographers that get these women are the photographers who women are comfortable with, and that's a good business niche for this.
And a lot of them would do boudoir photography because they feel like women are more comfortable coming to a women photographer when it comes to boudoir.
That's why it's a good niche.
It is a good niche, yeah, absolutely.
So, but now they went to this woman photographer. Now this woman photographer gives these images to this woman, which are boudoir, very sexy, lingerie. Absolutely beautiful work. Now, what does this model do with these images?
She puts it on her Facebook to attract more photographers who will offer her more shoots.
Which is normally male photographers.
Exactly.
And she goes out again. So she's building a portfolio of attracting men.
But she doesn't get in trouble this way. She can go to her boyfriend and to her partner and to her mother and father and say, I'm modeling. But what she's actually doing, she's fulfilling that emotion. That euphoria in her head, that dopamine kick. That's all it is. In pursuit of euphoria. That's all it is.
So now, this young lady has built, this is her business style. I don't deal with that. The reason I only deal with women 35 and above, because they're not seriously, of course they love to feel beautiful. Of course, some of them might be dating. But most of these women, they're doing it because the world has forgotten them, and they just want to have fun. They'll get their girlfriends together, drink a little wine, eat some cheese, laugh, have fun, fight over shoes jokingly, and feel like a princess for the day. Mm-hmm. That's my crowd. I like them because, now let's get back to the teens to probably 32-ish. Mm-hmm. These women everything that they do is to attract men. But when you go to them and you tell them, hey, what you have in your portfolio is only attracting vultures. And she cuts me off, says, I'm empowered. This is all about women's empowerment. And don't you be a bully and you tell me that I'm doing something wrong, because this is my body. I do whatever the freak I want to do with it. And everybody stands back. Mm-hmm. They be quiet. And they allow her to go.
They don't want to offend them. Yeah.
Right. So, now we have this woman In reality, she's building this portfolio to attract men. Male photographers, men, they're both the same. This is what she's doing. But then she comes to me and she's like, well, I'm a model. All of a sudden, on this day, her and I speaking, all of a sudden, all of that stuff she was doing in the past no longer exists, and she wants to utilize her title that she's giving her to come to me and say, I need to get paid. And when I say you need to pay me, she says this: I have never paid a photographer before in my life. You are a scam.
Good for you.
But
keep going.
But
keep going and not
I
paying
want to dig
shootings.
deeper. I want to dig deeper into this.
Okay.
Here's why. She's saying that I'm a scam because I'm not buying her narrative that she's actually lying to me and the rest of the world about. She's actually doing it to catch men. She's not modeling. But then all of a sudden she writes that title model on there. Then she comes over to me and she wants to be a model. And if I say no, you don't have anything that I need because you're running around here attracting thirsty men, and you have a portfolio full of thirsty men, and I'm over here trying to do women's empowerment.
And self-proclaimed model to who? For who? For other photographers? That's not what I'm about.
Let's talk about that.
What makes you a model? Why did you decide one day to give yourself a title, a model, and then go scream that you're a model?
But
what have you done to get that title?
So first, even before you go there, if you ask them the question, define model.
That's it. Crickets. They have nothing else to say after that.
Because they're not being models. It's a dating process. When I say dating process, it's a courting process. If you're over 50, I believe, that courting, it's a process that they're utilizing to attract men. That's it. And they're calling it modeling. Then you have the photographers like, hey, come to me. And if you look at this photographer, every woman in his portfolio is kind of dressed the same way, and it's a very, very male-oriented.
Same style.
Your mom wouldn't like it. The grandmother wouldn't like it. A business wouldn't like it. Nobody would like it. But this whole conversation that this group of people over here are having with being a model, the photographers are talking about, they're shooting models. But in reality, if I'm back 3,000 feet in the sky, here's the conversation that's going on. Hey, man, I want to shoot Susie because she has a nice ass, man. Oh, man, she looks good. She shot with me nude, man. Here, look, here she is. I bet you can't shoot with her. It's all a competition thing for men, and every woman in there is someone that he would like to date. I don't care if the man is married or not. We're animals. We're mammals. Sex is always on the brain. It doesn't have to be physical. It can be emotional. The drive, the pursuit of it is very addictive to a lot of people, Yes. So here, we have this group of people over here doing all these modeling things. Women inflate their value when, they try to get the best man, they try to get the best photographer. And when you go to the dating world, I am this, I expect this. I want a man with 6 figures. He needs to be 6'2". He needs to have a 6-pack in a house, and he needs to take care of me, and he needs to, be there for me, photographer. I need a professional photographer who can give me some great images. He needs to be able to do this. He needs to be in these magazines. They're dictating the narrative of these two situations, and nothing is different between the two. Mm-hmm. Absolutely nothing. So I'm here to strike.
And they have nothing to offer in either.
Why? What do you mean when you say nothing to offer? What should a model offer?
A model should offer, for example, what is modeling nowadays? So modeling is you have to be able to have an influence on something. I am seriously so spaced out. I can't even think.
A model is a coat hanger for someone else's product. Your portfolio can't be filled with things that you want. If you
no, but explain what a model is beyond
a model is a coat hanger for someone else's product. A model is there to take someone's clothes, someone's Campbell's soup can, someone's makeup product, earrings, glasses, whatever the case is, and she needs to go out there and present that to someone who's going to purchase it.
And it's not always pretty.
It is not
It
always
doesn't
pretty.
always look good. Sometimes it's the clothing, the makeup,
When you
the
say-
wardrobe looks ugly.
So-
and you don't feel pretty at all.
So when you say it doesn't look pretty, are you saying that because there might be a product that a designer or a product that they have doesn't look good, but you have to go out there and present that with a smile anyway?
Exactly. The product might look good, but how they want you to show off that product might make you feel silly. Your low self-esteem might get in the way. For example, like Marilyn Monroe and her famous potato sack photo shoot. Before, if there was no Marilyn Monroe and you would pull out potato sack and give it to one of the models before this potato sack was famous, right? A lot of them would say, no, 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 no. They would be too embarrassed to put it on. And that's what I mean. Sometimes the clothes don't look so good, but the message or the product that you're trying to protect, they're trying to sell the product. And they don't always show it in a sexy or pretty way. Sometimes it has to be shocking and very dramatic, you know, just to make people shock and see it. And so for a model to be able to confidently go and show that, it's not always the case.
It's the vision of the person who's creating the product. It's his vision.
Yes.
You as a model, you are an actress at this point. You need to take his vision, close your eyes, come up with something that you can best fit that particular scenario. If he's selling a potato sack, you need to question the designer. Okay, what do you want me to do? What are you trying to say to the world? What is your message? Then you take that.
How would you like me to showcase it?
Absolutely. What is the message? Perfect example. We're in New York. The designer had a certain look. All the models have the same makeup. He had his own vision. You know, he's rows and rows and rows of makeup artists, and all of them are following the rules and putting out the vision of this designer that he's thought about for years, and he wants to present this. So now you have this group of 5 girls. They're sitting there giggling and whispering to each other, this is hideous, man. They don't know what they're doing with the makeup.
I can
This
do
is
better
ugly.
myself. I
do it
need
better
to
myself."
go and fix it in the
So
bathroom.
what they did, these 5 girls went to the bathroom, wiped the makeup off, and fixed it how they wanted it.
They thought they did it better.
And they're walking out there giggling and looking at the rest of the women as if,
You silly.
You guys are silly. Look at mine. The designer reamed them a new asshole and told them to take that shit off the clothes and get out of his event. These women were offended.
They couldn't. They couldn't
They were
understand what just
shocked.
happened. Yeah.
Because they have thought all of their lives that the whole modeling thing was based around them. All these men that they went to have made them feel as if modeling was, these women were somehow special. These women were somehow, doing the favor to the designers and the photographers. These women kind of get into the same relationships. They go to a man telling them that they're this, that, and the other thing. And most of these women that I know that act like this, they have an issue maintaining a relationship. They have an issue maintaining a photographer. Now, you have one photographer. You shot with others, but you are now becoming a photographer yourself. Why?
Because I always like to be ahead of the game, and I like to be able to do things that people in my category cannot do. That puts me ahead of the game, and that puts my career ahead.
Gives you a niche.
It gives me a niche, and also, I mean, it's very respectful, I believe, to be a woman photographer. Even in my modeling world, like when I was modeling, I would work with some designers, and I would look how they work with women photographers, and that was very appealing to me. It looked very powerful to me. So
I think that's a smart move, and I'm going to give you, my 2 cents in the photography world and the video world, and try to help assist you in becoming that rock star. And this is what I believe that a collaboration should be about, because I don't fear giving you all of my, 40 plus years of knowledge, because you're going to take that and increase what I do. And to me, that is a perfect business partner. I don't care if it's business or relationship. Two people should come together and try to build up the next person, because two people building up each other, you're going up. Mm-hmm. And we live in a world here where people try to, do everything by themselves. We do a lot. We travel around the world. Mm-hmm. And I would think that someone would come up to us, and they do, but, not as often as I thought, mm-hmm. would come up to us and say, oh my goodness, man, what you're doing is a dream. I hear that all over the world. You guys are living a dream life. But there's something about human beings that will not come to us and say, can you help me? I want that dream. We have a problem doing that. And so back to the thin line, and I'm going to close it with this. If you look at the modeling world, you see the dating world. People try to hide who they really are in the dating world. Mm-hmm. But photography is a huge microscope and a shining light on how people date.
Yep.
If you look at how they run their modeling world, you will understand what they're looking for without you even asking them.
And we're shining the light.
And we're shining the light on that. So, hey, my trusty sidekick, and this girl will take a bullet for me. I think she will. I would too if I was fast enough to get in front of it.
I love you.
You know what, guys? Thanks a lot. Hey, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing Chuck Holman Creation. Team gear, our V-word team gear.
Time for your commercial sponsor, your sponsor's break here. Basically, what we do also is you have to be very diversified in this world. You have to find new ways to market. Marketing is all about making someone stop from turning the page. If you can make an individual stop from turning the page in this industry, I don't care what you're doing, you get attention. That's what marketing is about. You cannot have fear to stand out. This young lady sitting to my left here, you're right, she has no fear in grabbing attention. 99.9% of the girls in the industry that we talk to, they fear getting attention. Why? Because they're more interested in the dating process than they are the business marketing process. She puts leggings on with her face. You know what she gets from most women? That's narcissistic.
That's stupid. That's dumb. I would never do that.
If her face, the model's face, was on a billboard, that's not. But if they put it on their leg, that is. I don't understand the mathematical equation and how they're coming up with that. But the thing is that you have to market. This right here, that's a scan code. She gets noticed. Someone is going to come to her and they're going to ask, I don't care if you had a dental office. I don't care if you're selling hot dogs or a snow cone stand.
Popsicle.
A popsicle stand. That's an inside joke. We'll tell you guys about that later. People are going to stop you, and when you have something like that and you show this, they scan it and get your information. This is something you have to do in today's world, is find a way to utilize your skills to be able to stand out from the rest. My name is Chuck. This is my trusty sidekick, Vilma. Later.
Bye.
Animals.